everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created this cute Halloween trio out of wood cutouts that I've purchased. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button. The inspiration for this cute project were these 3 wooden cutouts that I found at my local mom and pop dollar store. They're just cut pieces of wood in the shape of tags, and they come pre-painted. I thought they were really cute and could make something Halloween out of them. I chose an orange pen to do today's sketch because it reminded me of Halloween. I'm going to start out here by just drawing the basic shapes. They don't have to be exact. This is a sketch. I'm going to plan this out. So I have my 2 ghosts drawn, basic shapes, and my pumpkin. So now let's start with the top ghost. I'm going to give him a little wavy line at the bottom to be kind of like the sheet bottom. And then some eyeballs. They don't have to be exact. And just a nice goofy mouth. Here I thought that the mouth was a little bit too long. So I'm going to since this is my sketch, I'm just going to make it short and we'll ignore the bottom part. The second ghost, I want to have kind of like a scared or surprised look on his face. So I'm just going to draw him with an open mouth. And then onto my pumpkin, I'm going to make it look a little more pumpkin shape. Obviously, it's going to be painted orange. I'll paint in some eyeballs and a goofy pumpkin smile. Maybe I'll have him looking over in this direction, and we'll give him a nice stem, a leaf, and some acrylic hues to make it look cute. And down in the corner, let's add a little spider. That'll be cute. And then for this ghost, we'll do a bat coming out like it's flying above him. And for the little ghost, maybe another spider. So yeah, so there's our design, and let's get started. Okay, so let's take a closer look at these wood cutouts. They're just pieces of 2x6 that are cut to size. The big one is like 10 inches long, and the smaller ones are 8 inches long. You can cut them whatever size you want, and just cut the ends off. So today we're going to be using 1 of the tall ones and 2 of the shorter ones for our project. So starting with one of the small shapes, I'm going to take some orange craft paint and paint the entire body. After the first coat dried, I went back over it with the second coat just to make sure the color was nice and even. I didn't paint the back, just the front. This is where I will myself draw straight on here. If you're not comfortable with that, you can always trace it out on a piece of paper and then make your drawing there to transfer on later. For the face, I've used a yellow Posca marker, and I've already done the first coat, so now let me add the second coat. Now I'm going to use a black Posca marker to outline the face. Now that the face has dried, I'm going to give it a little dimension using a darker orange and a lighter orange Posca pen. I'm going to use this orange pen that is a little bit darker than the pumpkin and start drawing in the sections. I don't have to draw them the whole way, just give some definition. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but they are there. So I'm going to add some to the top now. Just, I'm eyeballing it. You can sketch it out with pencil ahead of time, but I like to just kind of eyeball, and a little bit on the sides. Like I said, I'm not going to draw the line all the way down. Just give it that little bit of a reference that it is there. And now I'm going to really make this pop by coming in with the lighter orange pen and just giving some highlights just on the outside of the darker line I've just added. I'm being very careful to not be careful. I'm trying to make it not line up perfectly because pumpkins aren't perfect. I'm using a piece of this corrugated scrapbook paper that I bought at Michael's and cutting a strip about 2.5 inches wide. I'm going to roll that up and keep trying it on my pumpkin until I have a width that I like. I cut the bottom of the stem on an angle so that when I glue it on top, it kind of has a little bit natural look. I bought this mesh tubing at the Dollar Tree and I thought that it would be really cute for the coil. So I'm just going to eyeball out a bit of a length, enough to wrap around, and I'll just cut it off with a pair of scissors. It's a little too flimsy on its own, so I'm going to put a little floral wire on the inside. It's just plain old floral wire, cut to size, and I'm going to fish it up in through it. I didn't want it to snag as I was fishing it through, so I bent over the end once. Now that I've reached the other side, I'm going to attach it down with a little bit of hot glue, so I'll bend the end over another time just to give a little room for some glue to sit on. I'll do the same on the other side, bending the wire over a couple times to give myself something to glue onto, and then pulling the mesh tubing up over that end and gluing the pieces down. point when I realized that I should not have glued the leaf onto the stem so soon. I want this coil to lay a little bit closer so I can just pull it back a little. Not a big deal. Oh, that looks so cute. Ooh, glitter. Glitter everywhere. Good thing for me, the spider came in a package with many more friends. There you go. It's a cute little pumpkin. I'm drawing the face of the ghost right onto the pieces. You could draw them on a piece of paper and transfer them over if you like. Just very loosely drawing in his eyes and his mouth, and then I'm going to draw that wavy line down at the bottom, which after we paint it in will look like he's floating. Now that I've finished drawing on the face, I can paint it in with black acrylic paint. I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle to our ghosties, so I'm just going to dip the end of the paintbrush into some white acrylic paint and dotting it onto the eye. After the paint dried, I drilled some holes in the top of each ghost just a fine little hole big enough to hold a piece of floral wire. So now I'm going to pull off a length of the wire and I'll roll it around a pencil in order to create the coil. I'm not going to cut it off till I have the length the way I like it, and then I'll trim the ends and test the fit. In order for my wire to fit in the hole a little more snugly, I'm folding it over and pinching it really tightly with my pliers. I'm going to use these plastic bats that I bought from the Dollar Tree. They're cute and they're covered with glitter, so they add a nice little sparkle to our project. I really don't like the tail on the bat, so I'm going to take my wire cutters and trim the tail off, and then I'm going to pull this alligator clip out of the bottom. So the hole on the bottom left behind from the alligator clip is a little bit thicker than the wire, so I'm going to turn it over twice this time, pinching it tight just like I did for the other side so that I can glue it down inside that hole. It's just going to take a small amount of hot glue to glue the bat onto the wire and then the wire into the hole on the ghost. And there we go, 2 cute ghosts to be adorable friends for our little pumpkin. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content.